Live studies have shown that sitting for 8 hours in the workplace is extremely bad for us, but we've got expert tips from fitness expert, extremely fit expert, Brent Bishop. Welcome back to Morning Live.
Thank you.
And it's true. I mean, our North American lifestyle is so sedentary, and some of the hours that we spend sitting, and then at work, and then at home.
Listen, I would say about 60 hours a week are what they're averaging in terms of people sitting. So yeah, you're right. It's at work, it's at home, it's when you're eating.
And a lot of the studies, it's bad at the molecular level. There's actually changes when you're doing that many hours just sitting.
It's terrible. About 80% of people will experience back discomfort or back pain throughout their life. Mm-hmm. But more importantly now is sitting is becoming a disease. I mean, it's linked to cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and even premature mortality. So it's a big deal, and I think people need to change and shift their perspective on the importance of getting active and creating an active environment in their office.
And there are ways that we can kind of move, still change the office, but at least help some of the, or mitigate some of the issues.
Exactly.
And ergonomics plays a big role too.
Ergonomics plays a big role. There's some products I have here from Fitter First, which can all be bought at fitter1.com.
Yeah.
This is a great piece of equipment that I use religiously. Mm-hmm. It's a stand-up, sit-down desk. So for instance, you're here, I have my laptop, which I tend to use more often, but I have a keyboard here as well. So everything's at the right level. Now, more importantly, quite often, every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, I'm standing. Mm-hmm. So I just bring it up to the level that you need.
Right.
You can do your work standing up. Again, standing up is going to lengthen your body out. It's going to mitigate some of those
it's just something you get used to.
Exactly. Yeah. Something you get used to.
Now, in terms of the eye line, should you have it a little, because you always hear you should have
you can bring it a little, ideally you have a desktop, like a monitor.
Because your monitor should be at eye level, right?
Exactly, exactly. But a great piece of equipment, and it's a great investment for really $1 billion problem. Mm-hmm. It's a great healthy asset.
And how much is this?
This is around $400. Mm-hmm. People go, oh God, $400 is a big deal, but I mean, like I said, it's $1 billion problem. It's something
an investment in yourself.
For the long term, it's huge, absolutely. And another thing that I will always also mention, what they're showing, studies are showing now is, even though if you're an active guy and you exercise, you do your hour of workout in the morning, it still doesn't mitigate a lot of these issues that people are finding with the sitting. So the idea now is to actually be active as much as you can in the office. So one of the ways is standing. Other ways are just using devices like a wobble board, for instance. This may be a little bit more advanced for some people, but a simple solution, if I'm up in my standing position, this is something that I often will do in my office. I'll stand on a wobble board. Yeah. And again, as you can see, my feet are moving around. You get accustomed to it. You're getting your joint stabilizers, you're getting your core working, you're getting everything active. And it's about just being more active than you usually are in your day-to-day.
So when you get emails from Brent, there's typos, he's on his
exactly, yeah. I'm on my wobble board, I might not be paying attention as much. But again, a great tool. There's also things like the Fit Disc here, which can be placed on your seat. Mm-hmm. Again, when you're sitting, you're moving around more than instead of just sitting stationary. It gets you more aware of your core, more aware of your posture.
So you're sort of balancing on it.
Yeah, you're balancing on it. It's like a thin layer of air that can really assist with activating the core. And a lot of it's awareness. A lot of these things are just being aware and taking a little bit of a mind shift in terms of, let's not be sedentary for the majority of your work hours. Let's actually get up and move around.
Yeah, and create a routine where you're working for half an hour, get up and do some movement.
Yeah, set your alarm on your computer. If you answer the phone, make a habit of standing up when you're answering the phone and moving around talking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's really important, definitely.
Yeah.
A couple of exercises too. One of the big things that are really important with sitting, of course, what it does to your body is you get rounded, we see this posture, right? So your hip flexors get tight, they get shortened, and of course you get a lot of excessive internal rotation. So we want to actually counteract that and change the position. So I'm going to show you an exercise. I'm going to demonstrate on you. Hopefully you're ready.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to bend forward from the waist. Okay, so you're going to keep the curve in your lumbar spine.
Right.
So if you bend forward, put your hands up like this, as high as possible. Head is neutral. Yeah. So the thumbs up means we're externally rotating your shoulders. So you're counteracting that internal rotation.
Right.
Now from there, you're going to draw your shoulder blades together like you're squeezing a grape between the shoulder blades. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, feel that? And extend back out.
Yeah.
Extend back out. Good. Head faces the ground so you're not straining the neck. Yeah. Pull in again. So you're tight through the shoulders.
Am I?
You could use a little bit more of this. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
your hand should be up here.
Well, sure, I'm on the desk all day.
There we go.
It's a slugfest.
There we go. But the importance, you feel that, right? Your upper back muscles, you feel your shoulders, everything activating. Also, your lumbar extensors, right? Because of that position, you're actually activating those muscles.
I didn't even think I have lumbar extensors.
Everybody has them, but they're often shut off.
Right? Yeah, mine's definitely shut off.
And another thing is even the glutes, right? So the glutes, of course, become very inactive, which are a very important muscle to stabilize the pelvis. So even things like the mini bands, you've probably seen, most people have seen, you put them around the ankles.
Right.
And, you do a little bit of
Yeah.
external rotation hip abduction as you're moving your leg out, activating the glute medius, which again is going to help stabilize the pelvis and enhance your posture.
And little things like just taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
They're
Help the
simple
glutes.
things, but they're so crucial when you look at the long term.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So Fitness One is the website in terms of getting all this
Yeah.
stuff. We'll link it at
Fitter1.com.
Fitter One. We'll
Yeah.
link it at chch.com.
It's all based on, stability, agility, and mobility products.
Right. Brent Bishop, thanks very much.
Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for the tips. All right, don't you move. We've got the news at 8:30 coming up right after this on Morning Live.
Get up, stand up for your right.